Hey guys, how's it going? Companion here. So the Path of Exile 1 week race is about to start here quite shortly, and I want to tell you guys what I plan on doing in Path of Exile, and at least in the 1 week race, because after that I'd probably get back to playing Hearthstone, but we'll see. And I'm really excited to play Path of Exile. I played it last night. There was a like a 105-minute turbo or something like that, and I played the last 10 minutes of that. Just to experience the game a little bit again. And man, it felt really fresh. It felt really crisp. I felt like the performance of the game was a lot better since the last time I played it, and it was a lot more smooth. So I was really, really excited. I actually felt like playing at least part of a new game. So that was really cool. And playing it for a week might be a pretty unusual experience, one I haven't had in about 2 months or so. So that should be pretty crazy. Now, the 1 week turbo race is an event that I've wanted to participate in for the longest time. This is the first time I've had the chance to. I think the last was about a year ago, and I missed that one, although I was playing around that time. For this 1 week, I want to try a lot of the new skills, and I want to try to build a character that can probably utilize them. So my plan is, I worked it out a lot. I spent a lot of time in the build stuff, and I've narrowed it down to Duelist Lightning Trap. And the idea behind the build is that Lightning Trap is a skill that has very high base damage, and it is lightning, so you can scale it with static blows. And it's a pretty powerful skill from what I've seen, but no one's really tried it in endgame, so we're going to a little bit unexplored territory. The issue is that it has 4% crit chance, so what you're going to want to do is scale it with spell damage over crit, largely because when you use this ability with something called multi-trap and throw a bunch of these traps out at the same time, all the traps are going to have all the projectiles crit or none of them. So you're going to have like extreme overkill, and if you don't have enough spell damage, not much damage when it's not going to crit. So the idea is forget about crit, get a lot of strength, use Iron Will, just kill everything with a non-crit using static blows. And overall have a very tanky character. Now to get to this point, I want to get there on a duelist. It's going to take about 55 to 60 levels of cleaving. And I've done that before. It's not really that hard outside of Turbo, but in Turbo, maybe a little bit insane. Bosses like Vol and Merciless and a few other notable ones are going to be extremely difficult to even approach. But the idea of the build is that it's going to have very, very good clear speed on shitty monsters, and I want to complement the AoE burst of Lightning Trap with an Arc Spell Totem. And a few other skills like Fire Trap, just mess around with a few things. Haven't really set in stone exactly what I want to do. And the single target ability I've also narrowed down to Heavy Strike, because I have a lot of strength, because I have the early duelist melee nodes, and you guys can see the builds that I've planned to do in the description below. I think Heavy Strike is actually going to be better than things like Bear Trap for the most part. So it should be a pretty interesting combination of skills. Spells and melee, so good stuff. As far as the race pace, I really want to play as much as possible, but I do have a lot of important things I have to take care of this week, so it's kind of going to be on the mid-range. I'll probably stream a little bit more than 10 hours, but maybe not much more on some days. As far as the race rule set, it is a group race, but I'm not going to be grouping. I kind of want to, immerse myself in Path of Exile again, and I really enjoy playing alone when I'm trying to do this. So I'm going to be doing a solo run. I'm only going to use gear that I find, and as far as gems, the only class that gets the majority of the gems that I need for this kind of build is Witch, and the Witch trap build with Iron Will is pretty crappy. So I'm not going to be able to do Witch. So I'm going to have to do Duelist. I'm going to have to trade for the gems that I need, but I'm only going to be trading for gems that I get from quests and not quality gems. So just to keep it fair, we're going to do quasi man mode 1 week race in Turbo, and it should be really exciting. And if you guys want to participate, I know a lot of people started checking out my content because of the Hearthstone stuff. I have no fucking clue what Path of Exile is. It's basically a free game. This is like a 1 week ladder, kind of like Diablo 2 style. Path of Exile is a lot like Diablo 2, so you guys can give it a shot and probably get absolutely murdered because the game is very hard, before it being on turbo mode, where things is, you know, borderline impossible in some cases. And yes, of course, it is hardcore. So, very good stuff there. Hope you guys check it out if you don't know what I'm talking about. And we'll see how it goes. So I hope you guys check it out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.